Good Monday morning. Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Sid Sixero, Devo Brown here with you. And of all the four-letter F words, fear might be the one that stirs up the greatest reaction. While fear can protect us, it can also limit our personal growth. Here with tips on embracing fear is leadership coach Kendra Reddy. Welcome to Breakfast Television.
Morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Morning, Kendra.
Yeah.
Fear.
Yes.
It is a very powerful emotion.
Yeah.
How does it show up in our everyday lives?
Yeah, I think in everyday life we hear this message that we have to overcome fear and that we can eradicate it. We can't. Fear is part of the range of human emotions. We don't have any control over if it shows up or when it shows up. We only get to choose how we respond to it when it does.
So what can we learn from it when it does show up, and what is it trying to tell us?
Yeah, what is it trying to tell us?
Yeah, what is it trying to tell us?
I think there's a myth that the fear shows up to tell you no. The fear actually shows up to tell you pause, check in with yourself. It sets off alarm bells. It's meant to get your attention quickly and in a really uncomfortable way. So we hear, like, you seize with fear, you freeze, you flight, you fawn. And we can get really, really caught up with just trying to make the fear go away. It actually does have really important information for us. When we listen to it, it's a chance to check in. Fear demands clarity. So the brain has a very, very, very low risk tolerance, and fear is designed to work with that, to keep us safe. So when we can pause and actually give it the clarity, okay, got it, scared, clock in that, and then ask, what do you need to tell me? How are you trying to help me? It'll set off an alarm bell like it's a life or death situation. 5-alarm fire. It's just there to get your attention. It's not necessarily where you want to respond from. So I had this experience. I'm a roller skater, and I'm in it for the roller disco of it. But the way to learn the skills is to go to roller derby, which I have no desire to play. But I signed up for this 8-week boot camp to learn the skills.
So roller derby, forgive me, like we're throwing elbows?
Like, yeah, you got the pads on, you're getting knocked on your backside.
Yeah. It's no joke.
Okay.
So
sounds like fun.
I have no desire to play derby. I just want to learn the skills and get confident. So I do this 8-week boot camp, and on the 8th week I show up and I realize, oh, we're gonna play a scrimmage. And immediately it was like, no, down, you gotta leave, get out of here, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. Instead of just listening to that, I stalled. And so I paused and I kind of rolled around. Okay, well, is this really life or death? And so it's in that pause where we connect to our inner resources, we give ourselves other options. Okay, fear got my attention. Who is it that I want to respond? And I got to be in conscious choice around that.
It's an alarm bell in a lot of ways. I don't look at it that way. It's fascinating to hear you describe it that way, but it really is.
It is, and it's an alarm bell. The thing is it gets our attention quickly and with an intense biological reaction, and we seize and we tighten and we harden, which, by the way, is the opposite of resilience. So the more we learn to discern and get curious, that's what opens it up. That's what starts to convert the fear into courage. If we're just reacting and then it's blind and it's unconscious, it might not get the outcome we need. But when we get, again, this curiosity, okay, well, got it, I'm scared. Who else is in there? Is there anyone brave? And then we can decide, okay, how do I want to respond? What's the best course of action?
So if I'm dealing with Sid and Sid's really fearful to do something and I'm trying to break him out of that, what is your suggestion to say, okay, this is how we move forward, and how can I help make him, but help him be comfortable?
Recover. Yeah, how do you recover out of that fear cycle?
Yeah.
That's the other thing. We, as human beings, we're not great at breaking that cycle. We just get caught up in that, and then even after the initial fear or the alarm bell goes away, we think about it, we reflect on it, and it just keeps all the fear super close to the surface. So if you're trying to, Sid, come back to me, the first thing is just acknowledge it, breathe, okay. What do you need right now? How can I help? It's, again, just bringing in that curiosity. I'm right here, buddy. You're good. We're safe. That's how you sort of create safety, is through curiosity and slow down. Even though fear is urging you, go faster, 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 faster.
We need you to come back.
Yes,
especially when we do the edge walk for the CN Tower.
Yes.
And get over that fear.
I'll be your live coach.
Sorry, I missed that meeting.
Yeah.
Right? Sean, what are you clapping at? You know what you do with me? Everyone's really excited about this. Kendra, this was great. Where can we find you online?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm at KendraReddy.com, and my socials are at KendraReddy.
Okay.
Thank you.
And if
Thank
you decide
you.
to do roller derby, I will also do roller derby with. We'll conquer our fears
Oh.
together. How about that?
Totally, we can do some hitting and blocking.
you know,
You just want to do the hitting and blocking. You're not
there's a
fearful
lot,
at
there's a
all.
lot
Yeah.
of fun to that. Kendra, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Are you done with Wordle on the New York Times?
Yeah.
One person in this room is not and claims they're the greatest in the world at it.
What?
Okay.
That's next.
Is
You're
that what
watching
you
BT.
said, Tam?
That might not be a direct quote,
bold
but darn it,
statement.
I'm using it. More BT after this. Conquer your fear.